What's going on, you guys? Riley here. Today we are finally not doing a car review. Today we're doing a video where I just kind of hang out with you guys and talk to y'all about some things. I've got some new developments from Ford stuff that I want to talk about. And also I want to say we are modifying the Mustang. Will I regret this decision later? Who knows? So maybe you can tell a difference in the video quality, but I got a new GoPro. I got the Hero 7 Black Edition. So I've been using a Hero 4 for the longest time. So later in this video, we'll do a little comparison between the Hero 7 and Hero 4. Kind of tell like video differences and mic differences and stuff like that. But I filmed this video a few days ago actually, but when I was editing it originally, I had my finger on the microphone, so it basically sounded like I was in a fishbowl the entire time. So I'm kind of redoing it here, but I'll still be playing some clips from the video I originally filmed. But as you might be able to tell from the title, as I said, we are modifying my quote-unquote broken Mustang. So what I mean by that is I guess it was about a month and a half ago, I made a video with my Mustang basically saying that I think I might have the typewriter tick, the piston slap, whatever you want to call it, that the 2018 and up Mustangs seem to be dealing with. Now, as I said, we're gonna modify this thing, so more on that a little bit later. But first, I wanted to give a quick little story about this guy right here. So let me pull it outside and you can see what I'm talking about. So a few days ago, I was driving to San Antonio from Houston, Texas. So I was out on good old I-10 out in the middle of nowhere, and I got a flat tire. So that was super fun. But if you wanted to see what happened, this guy right here, he made me have a very bad day. So I had to pull over on the side of the road and put a spare on. Thankfully, this car had two options when I bought it on the window sticker. So one of them was the navigation touchscreen stuff on the inside. The other was a spare tire. So I'm very glad that I happened to have the spare. But yeah, that got me pretty good. Damn, dude, that's a nice Mustang. Damn, check out those meaty tires. That's super cool. Oh, wait, it's a go-kart. The only good thing to come of this is that I bought these tires from Tire Rack, and Tire Rack has a pretty good replacement policy where basically if you get a nail or something in your tire and it can't be like patched and plugged and stuff, they'll actually send you the money back for a new replacement tire. So pretty cool. I'm going through their little like claims process stuff right now. But basically they should be sending me like $300 and something for the replacement cost of that tire, which is now this new tire. So pretty cool that they offer that, but this video is not about tires. This video is about Fords. So in the original video that I filmed a few days ago, I checked the oil level because I was curious if it was low or not, which it was not. It was actually pretty darn good where it should be. This car is coming up on getting its second oil change, probably within the next week or two. And like I said, we will be modifying it this coming weekend, which I'm very excited for, but also very nervous about. We'll kind of talk more about the mods and stuff a little bit later. But a few days ago when I filmed this, I started the car up kind of on a cold start to see if the engine was still ticking like it was about a month ago when I filmed the video then. And this is pretty much what it sounded like. There was no real ticking to be heard. And then about a day or two go by, and then I was sitting in the parking garage at school, and this is what I heard. So clearly it kind of comes and goes whenever it wants. So I figured we'd start it now and see if it'll do it now for us. This is gonna be a warm start. I've been driving around this morning, so let's see if she's ticking today or not. Sounds to me like there might be some light ticking today, so we went from no ticking to heavy ticking to light ticking. I mean, this thing literally has a mind of its own. It just does whatever it wants, whenever it wants. So Ford used to have a little TSB about the typewriter tick, and it was basically something along the lines of like, yeah, it is an issue. Now there's a TSB as of February 5th of 2019. I'll put the screen on the, or I'll put the screenshot on the screen right now so you can read it. And basically what it says is that the tick, tap, and or typewriter noise at idle is normal. Normal. Now, do I believe that sound is normal? No, I don't. It does not sound normal, and it also wouldn't explain why some cars do it and other cars do not. Now, on this little TSB, it was for basically 2011 and up 5.0s. I really haven't ever noticed it on the 2011 through 2017 cars. It seems to only be the 2018 and 19s that have this very prominent typewriter tick. But it seems very strange to me that Ford would sit there and claim that it's normal. But, I mean, kind of hard to argue with Ford. So I'll be interested to read some of you guys' comments. Do you think that ticking is normal? Do you think that I should just not worry about it, as Ford kind of claims to just, nah, don't worry about it, it's normal? Or do you think it might be some kind of piston slap or lifter noise, or who knows what it could be? Honestly, I have no idea, but if I were to place my guess, I still do think that it would be piston slap. I think that there's been plenty of proof proven by other people who have already got their motors replaced by Ford due to this noise, and that noise seemed to be in correlation with them having cylinder wall scoring on their cylinder walls. So it's kind of weird to me that Ford would, you know, originally start replacing motors, and now they're saying it's normal, but they're still replacing some in some cases. I mean, it's just a weird situation. So now I'm gonna throw it back to a couple days ago when we went out for a little drive with the Mustang, and we kind of talked more about modifications that are coming for this guy. We talked a little bit more about the Ford third and fourth gear shift fork braking, and kind of like some news on that. And then we also compare the GoPro quality because, well, why not? So as I said, we are going to be modifying the Mustang. Now, this is something I've gone back and forth on ever since I bought this car. Like, should I keep it stock? Should I modify it? And with all of the problems, you know, on the internet surrounding the 2018 Mustangs, it definitely has me, and, you know, still has me hesitant to modify this thing because, you know, nobody wants anything to go wrong with their brand new car. So we're sitting here now with 8,000 miles on the odometer. Haven't had a single problem with this car yet. Like I said, the piston slap ticking noise has been around kind of since the beginning for me with this car. It just kind of comes and goes whenever it wants. I haven't had any issues with my transmission. My shift forks are still there, so that is good. And that is what leads me on to this next update. So my good buddy Frank, who you guys have all met and seen on the channel before, just a stock Shelby on Instagram, he broke his third and fourth gear shift fork in his 2018 Mustang. Now, when I mentioned this problem before, about a month ago, I said that this problem sucks because if your shift forks break, you would basically get a new transmission or new part, and it was on like a 2-month back order at the time. However, Frank just took his into a dealership in Houston to get his fixed, and it took him 6 days from the time he dropped it off by the time he got it back. What they ended up doing is originally they were going to just diagnose the problem, fix the part, and send him on his way, and then they discovered that there was in fact a back order on whatever part needed to be fixed, so they just basically gave him a new transmission and said, here you go, sent him on his way. So that is a good thing that Ford has some transmissions in, you know, stock now. So I guess if that problem were to ever occur to anybody, hopefully your wait won't be as long as it used to be. And I have seen several people go in with modified cars, you know, and get this done under a warranty claim. So I do think that is good that Ford seems to be kind of honoring that, hey, you know, there's an issue and there's a TSB out for this problem. So that kind of has me a little bit at ease if I were to break my, you know, third and fourth shift fork, that hopefully Ford would do the right thing and replace it under warranty. A lot of people seem to think, you know, that once you add, let's say, headers to your car, that everything on your car, every warranty is just voided, and that's not how warranty works. In order for something to be, you know, denied a warranty claim, Ford or whatever company, Dodge, Chevy, has to be able to prove that whatever you did to the car caused the problem. So, for example, if your transmission blows up and you put aftermarket speakers in your car, those are completely unrelated, and they can't just, you know, void your warranty because, oh, you messed with the speakers in your car. That's not, you know, relatable. So just because I put headers on this car, for example, doesn't mean that is what caused my transmission to blow up. And so, you know, like I said, hopefully Ford would do the right thing and replace it under warranty, but I guess we'll have to see if that time ever comes. Also, same kind of situation with the motor. That's where it gets a little bit more dicey because, you know, as you know, once you start, you know, tuning and stuff like that, that's when companies are like, yeah, we don't really want to honor your warranty claims anymore. but hopefully since it's such a well-documented issue, and I've documented mine on video before in the past, hopefully if this motor ever has any issues, maybe that would be covered as well. I guess we'll kind of cross that road when we get there. So that's what I'm at least hoping for. Hopefully we don't have any issues with this thing. You know, I really do love this car, and I was actually considering selling this car somewhat recently, and I would have been a complete internet meme if I did that. But then I sat back and I was like, okay, let's see, what do I look for in a car? What do I want? I want a manual. This has a manual. I want something that's quick, fun, comfortable, decent room, has back seats, good visibility, and just kind of like a overall does everything car. And I just kind of kept going back to, well, the Mustang does all of those, so there's really not a point in me getting rid of it. Also, you know, low in cost, that was a big factor as well. So there's a lot of cars out there that kind of fit all my criteria, but they were all a lot more expensive than this. And I was like, you know what, just for having a cheap car note and just a nice, enjoyable car that I actually really love owning, I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's keep the Mustang and let's send it. So I don't want to give too much away about the modifications that are planned as of now. All I will say is that it's going to be louder and we're going to be on E85. So we'll be pumping Kern in this car, which I'm really excited for. Then I get to take all of those super cool photos at the gas station when you have the yellow handle in your car. I'm like, yeah, what's up? I'm pumping Kern. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think about all these issues that, you know, the 2018 Mustangs seem to be having? Do you still think that the piston slap's an issue? I've read a lot of comments of people saying Mustangs have been making that sound for years, and I've had 3 of them that made that sound and they never had an issue. I've also seen other people saying that's a serious problem, you need to get that checked out. So it seems to be just people on both sides of the fence here. And then the transmission issue, that's just kind of like a well-known thing, and it's unfortunate that they kind of went to a aluminum shift fork that seems to break a lot easier than previous years. But hopefully, if I'm not too stupid and I'm not just like trying to change the radio station while shifting gears, hopefully we won't have any problems. I just try to be somewhat gentle with it. All right, so I thought this would be a pretty fun comparison to do. So in my right hand, I have a GoPro Hero 4 Silver, which I've been using for like years. And then in my left hand, I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black, which well, this is my first time using it. So I figured we'd compare both the audio between the two of them and the video. So like I said, I have them both right next to each other. I'm just gonna kind of walk around the car. The GoPro Hero 7 Black is supposed to have some kind of hyper smooth technology that is almost like a built-in gimbal. So it's supposed to be a lot smoother and kind of take the footsteps out of walking around. And just by looking at the screen, it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. As you can tell, the colors between the two GoPros are totally different. I obviously haven't heard the audio yet from the GoPro Hero 7, but I'm hoping if the Hero 7 has great audio, then this could be a serious game changer. But man, look at the difference between the colors there. The Hero 4 is so like overexposed, and the Hero, wow, dude, this was a good investment. Nice job, GoPro. You guys have made a pretty solid camera. This, my friends, is what you need to buy if you're gonna start a YouTube channel and you're like, what camera should I buy? Buy a new GoPro. That is the perfect thing. Many YouTubers just use them forever. They work great, and now they actually have a really good video quality as well. So yeah, no complaints there. That's awesome. I also wanted to point out that I've had the car idling here for about 5 minutes or so, kind of taking pictures of it, and I just wanted to point out that, hey, the tick is not here. You'd really be able to hear it if it was doing it. But that's pretty much normal. That's what they're supposed to sound like. So if only they did that all the time, I would have total confidence in this thing. But you know, the tick kind of has some people worried, including myself. Maybe it'll come back tomorrow, maybe it'll be next week, maybe it will never come back at all. So let's hope for that. But yeah, that is kind of my thoughts on, you know, the ticking and the transmission, and saying that, hey, we're modifying this thing, and hey, check it out, I got a new GoPro that seems to do pretty darn well. So like I said, in the near future, there's gonna be a lot more of these kind of like more personable videos where I don't just kind of sit there and like review a car and kind of talk about a car the whole time. So I'm really excited to kind of get back into just like interacting with you guys and modifying a car again. And you know, like I said, modifying a car, that opens up a whole new can of worms. We can do all kinds of things to this Mustang. Mustangs are known for having some of the craziest aftermarket options and just like a tremendous amount of them. So I'm really excited to, you know, kind of dive into a new platform and start a new build, so to speak. I think you guys will really enjoy it. But that pretty much wraps up today's video, guys. So hopefully you're as excited as I am. Hopefully we'll have some pretty cool stuff coming to the channel very soon. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.